Ironing out the logistics of your move can be a headache, so let Behringer Moving and Storage handle it for you. Visit BehringerMoving.com.
Good evening and welcome into the Thursday, September 18th, 2025 edition of the WHKY News. I'm Rob Eastwood. Topping our news today, early voting got underway for the Hickory City Council Ward 5 primary election. Primary election day is Tuesday, October 7th. There are 5 candidates vying for 2 spots in the November election. The 2 candidates who receive the most votes gain those 2 positions and will run against one another in November. In addition to incumbent David Zagaroli, Arnita Dula, Kevin Gaylord, Joshua Ledford, and Taylor Laluski are candidates in the primary. The primary applies to the approximately 5,000 voters who live in Ward 5. The ward's precincts are located in portions of downtown, Northwest Hickory, and the Viewmont section. Additionally, portions of Burke and Caldwell counties are part of Ward 5. Early voting for the Ward 5 primary ends Saturday, October 4th. The deadline to register to vote on Election Day is October 10th. Early voting for the municipal elections gets underway October 16th. Burke County officials are warning the public about a rise in scam phone calls that appear to come from the Burke County 911 Center. This technique, known as spoofing, allows scammers to fake caller ID information to make it look like the call is coming from a legitimate public safety number. Heather Joyner, Burke County Emergency Communications Executive Director, said Burke County 911 will never call you asking for money, banking information, or your social security number. If you receive a call like that, hang up immediately and report it. When you call 911, telecommunicators will ask for your personal information only to provide emergency help, but they do not ask for social security identification or banking information. They do not initiate calls asking for payment or sensitive personal data. If a call feels suspicious, hang up and call the non-emergency number at 828-438-5500, option 9, to confirm any legitimate contact. There's good news when it comes to the crime rate in an area county. WHKY's Ariana Mack went to Statesville and spoke with Iredell County Sheriff.
That's correct, Rob. Iredell County is growing at a rapid speed. Crime is dropping even faster. Since 2014, the county's population has increased 24.4% to nearly 210,000 residents. Despite this rapid growth, overall crime has plummeted by 56.7%, according to the crime analysis report prepared by the NC State Bureau of Investigation, making Iredell one of the safest, fast-growing counties in the state. Sheriff Darren Campbell spoke with WHKY as to who he can credit these numbers to.
You know, I credit the community and the officers with the Iredell County, the deputies with the Iredell County Sheriff's Office, and the relationship they have built.
And what do you hope residents take away from these numbers, as in residents are growing, but the crime isn't?
You know, I think the biggest thing to take away from the numbers is the fact of the relationships we built with the community. You give us information, we follow up on it. We made a stance in community projects like our teen academy, our athletic league, getting involved with the kids early, and church things, and business training and opportunities that we provide. And I think that's it. And also in the end, targeting career repeat offenders and those that cause the most crime is the ones that drive your crime rates up.
And as we know, there's so much more happening here than arrests and court dates. Share some of those programs that you've implemented.
Gosh, we do so many programs. We've got our church shield, which we go to the church. We do active shooter training. As far as being involved in the church, we've done over 700 congregations over the last 10 years. Actually, last 8 years. We do a teen academy. Every summer we have that. It's been replicated across the state, which I think is great. We have an athletic league that includes over 300 kids. We do business security checks. We go to every little event, usually the fall festivals, the spring festivals, and the summertime events. We have a presence at those downtown festivals. We have a presence. So we've really tried to build a relationship up with the community that, hey, trust us. And I've always wanted to build up those relationships prior to having an emergency. I don't want somebody standing across from me at a bad time. I want them standing alongside of me. And I think that's what the deputies have done here. The FBI says usually most agencies have 2.8 officers per 1,000 citizens. We are operating with 1 deputy per 1,000 because of the growth. So basically translate that, we've done more with less. You know, presence is the #1 deterrent, but every time it may not be a physical officer. It can be technology, it can be press release, it can be social media, it can be videos. But yeah, it's an unbelievable stat to do this with 1 deputy per 1,000 when the federal government requires almost 2, or asks for almost 2 times that.
And a little message from the sheriff to maybe any criminals that are out there trying to mess with this average. What do you have to say to them?
I think all they need to do is follow our Facebook page, and they would see we want this to be definitely be a community that will not tolerate crime. It's unprofitable. It's not good for you to be here. Go somewhere else other than Iredell County, and that's one of the stances we're going to stay on. And if you do come and we do arrest you, you'll have an opportunity to be on our social media page.
In closing, Campbell said these numbers aren't just statistics. They represent safer neighborhoods, fewer victims, and a community standing united with its sheriff's office. I'm Ariana Mack, reporting for WHKY News.
Thanks, Ariana, and thanks to Sheriff Campbell for joining us. In today's crime report, we'll have details on the arrest of a man for failing to register as a sex offender, plus a report on the arrest of a suspect in a burglary case. In local sports, Jason Savage has news from Appalachian State Cross Country, where an athlete has been honored as Runner of the Week. In Community Focus, we'll have a conversation with a representative of an organization that is helping Western North Carolina recover from Hurricane Helene. Temps reached the low 80s today under lots of sunshine in the Hickory Metro. We'll see a low around 60 overnight tonight. More of the same in the forecast for the next week or so, with sunny or mostly sunny skies and highs in the low 80s each day. For the latest updated weather forecast, you can go to our website, WHKY.com, anytime. While at that site, you can also watch segments from the WHKY News and read the latest news and sports every day. We are on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 p.m. on channel 14.2, and now live at 5:30 on the WHKY YouTube channel. We're also in multiple cable systems, including Compass in Morganton. I'm Rob Eastwood, and this is the WHKY News.